Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Operation Dunkirk. It's a scenario, a PvE scenario that was released with 6.8. You might have noticed that you got 2 ships in your inventory, 2 Tier 5 destroyers, the Anthony, which is a British, and the Cyclone, which is French. Now, they are different. The French focuses on smoke, it doesn't have defensive fire. The Anthony focuses on defensive fire. So, therefore, I would spec the Anthony as anti-air. In fact, I would spec both of them as anti-air, and I would choose to pick the Anthony over the Cyclone, based on the scenario. So you might have saw my build, AA range, advanced firing training, basic firing training, superintendent. I went health because, let's face it, I figure out how to take damage. The minimap is indicating where the minefield is. Now you might be able to discern the path that must be taken from the beaches of Dunkirk to what I'm guessing is England. I doubt very seriously that you can see England from this exact location though, unless maybe on a clear day and spotting with a binocular, whatever. Either way, you need to make it from one location, which we're going to right now, to the other. And the goal is make sure at least 9,000 soldiers make it to England. And the Germans are trying to stop you. Now the Anthony is really good for this. We have 6 Anthony and 1 Cyclone. I think honestly, it couldn't have gone better for me when I queued into this. I just, went up there and tried to play it and ended up with a sick team for this scenario. Now, why is it sick? Because the Germans send a ton of aircraft. A ton. As you can tell right now, they're not very impressive tier-wise. So the low AA protection of these ships doesn't really matter because you're going after really low-tier aircraft. Along with the low-tier aircraft, there are torpedo boats, or I think the Germans call them Z-boats, Schnellboot, fast boat. It has 4 launching torpedoes and it has absolutely no health. Very hard to hit, and you need to give a lot of lead because they move very quickly. However, if you can take out the target, you're going to allow your team more success. So the scenario is quite simple. Shoot the small boats and turn your AA on the aircraft that try and stop you. You really don't get a chance to use your torpedoes, and even if you do get your torpedoes off, if the boat is close enough that the torpedo could hit him, the guns will easily kill him. I can't think of a single time where I saw these ships, or I guess they're not ships, they're so small, the boats. I guess I've never seen the boat survive more than 2 shells. And every single ship, I believe, has at least 4 shells per salvo because there's 4 guns. I'm not really sure on the Cyclone, but the Anthony is definitely capable of killing 2 boats every salvo. Now, there's a lot of, AI-controlled ships. If you see Anthony or Cyclone, that is a player-controlled. So, we were able to gather the friendlies. Now, you see the white diamond? The white diamond indicates that they have cargo. They're transporting the soldiers off the beach. If that ship dies or takes damage, part of the crew of soldiers will be dead. If the ship dies and there's still soldiers alive, they will go into the water and you can pick them up. And I was going a little bit too close to the minefield. So this giant red area is the minefield. And the mines you can't see unless you're right on top of them. If you go into the giant red area, you will die. It's extremely dangerous. So the basic goal of this particular game was, it looked like we have 3 or 4 Anthonys that are out front, very far out front. I didn't see any friendlies at the rear. I want to protect the rear. You know me. I like to protect the rear. But yeah, you got to make sure that there is an even distribution of friendly player-controlled ships around the transport ships, because it doesn't appear that they actually have AA protection. And you absolutely want to click on the targets. when you select, and this goes for the main game, honestly, this is the first time I've seen them reference in-game that if you control-click an AA craft, it increases the damage you do. Even if it's the only squadron over your region of effective AA, you still get a damage boost. Now, I think it's like 10% or 15%, but still do it. This is good training. So, we're going to try and make our way north. You can guess where we're going. It's going to go through that little tiny gap. We're going to have enemies attacking us, and we have to fight them off. And your speed isn't really important. So, I went into it completely blind. The chat was like, hey, it's very AA heavy. And I'm like, how AA heavy is it? Very AA heavy. Now, you might have noticed I didn't take manual AA. The reason is I don't have a gun caliber large enough for that to be effective. It has to be over 85. Oh, I got lucky there with that shot. These destroyers have something like 40 millimeters, 12 millimeters. You're never going to get a scenario where manual AA makes sense. So that's why I didn't choose to do that. And concealment is irrelevant. You are in this ball of ships. You need to invest in your AA, your survivability, and maybe your ability to move your guns. That is one thing that might have been more helpful than some skills. Maybe Adrenaline Rush was a poor choice, but you'll see. You'll see just how much of a failure I am. But we're doing pretty good. Teams fighting off. You can see the lead I'm giving. It is extreme, especially from the rear. The enemies on the beaches are shooting us as we're trying to get the soldiers back to England. And so far, so good. I was actually really impressed with the scenario. It was pretty fun. And we've got to make sure this will be... You see how there are objectives. Clearly, you complete all the objectives, you get all the stars, right? And I'm trying to get 5 stars. Now, you'll notice that as we're doing this, enemy aircraft are coming and we're shooting the aircraft down, right? You want to kill every single aircraft in the squadron before it retreats. And that's important. Same with the torpedo boats, same with making sure that at least 7 civilian ships, and I don't know why they use civil ships. Is that a British thing or is that a Russian thing? For me, you would never say civil ship. You would always use the term civilian. As an American, I think. Maybe I'm crazy. I just think civil is like, they're well-mannered. That's what I see whenever I see civil ships. 7 well-mannered ships need to make it back home. Well, they're British, so they're already well-mannered. Destroyer enemy fighter squadrons. Those are basically the aircraft that are scouting. They're just scouts. At least right now they're scouts. So we're just... Oh boy. We've got torpedoes, boys. This is the danger zone. Danger zone! Okay, I'll stop. But... torpedoes. So I'm going to try and place myself in front. If they attack me, they attack me. Yes, the AI will go after you. And I'm going to use my defensive fire when they get in range. And I dropped a little too short of the boat, but we got it, you know. And once they are in range, commence fire, boys. Commence fire. Yep. You see how easy it is to kill them if you hit them? We're just trying to hold them off. Be the line of defense for our team. And it does look like they go after the civilian ships first. I never saw them actually attack me, personally, as a target. There are times when I was just going along, sailing my ship, and then all of a sudden, I am right in the path of the torpedo attack for the civilian ship, and I'm like, oh, well, crap. And look at this, look at the AI. It's dodge and torpedo beats galore. That little ship was AI for sure. And we got enemy Z-boats. Schneller boat. And I'm like, a little too wide on the right. And these boats, I'm not kidding, you need a lot of lead. Maybe not that much lead, but you need a lot of lead, and they are so small. They are so small. Alright, alright. It's working out pretty good. Covering the rear, just as I like it. We're about, what, halfway there? And, oh, it's gonna ramp up. Don't worry. Don't worry. But this was really cool. I really like this. I kind of wish that Wargaming would do stuff like this. Like, take a historical moment and try to recreate it. At least something, you know. Even if everyone has to play a destroyer because, quite frankly, there's far too many battleships in the game, you know. For instance, what if Hunt the Bismarck, we were participating in the literal Hunt the Bismarck, where AI controlled Bismarck and the Hood were going at each other and we had to provide the support, and maybe we were fighting other AI or something. Something like that would be really cool. I think there's great potential, especially seeing this. I felt like it was a very unique experience and I really enjoyed it. Now here come the fighters. The Luftwaffe is going after the Royal Air Force. They're going to fight each other in the open and we're going to just try and get underneath them. Shoot down the aircraft. Shoot everything down. Don't let anything get out. Now, one thing I kind of regret looking back on this video is I didn't use defensive fire quite as much as I should have, because I didn't know when the next torpedo attack was coming. And I feel like if a torpedo gets off on my team, it's over. But the Luftwaffe and the Royal Air Force are fighting each other. We're just trying to get underneath, trying to turn the tide for my team, and it looks like we are absolutely contributing as a team, and we don't want to overextend. You know, our slow civilian ships are falling behind. So I sort of take a detour to slow down, and yep, here we come. Here come the torpedoes. We've got to deal with this, and I do have defensive for when it counts, which is good. And we just need to make sure that we get in front of the torpedoes, and I'm going to sail directly underneath it. If he attacks me, I learn that he wants to kill me. If he's an AI and he's going after something else, guess what? It's free damage. It's sort of like when you are trying to protect the friendly battleship and the enemy aircraft carrier is going directly for yours. And we kind of get lucky there. Can we take him out before he drops the torpedo? Oh, it feels like an eternity. Oh, they're going after me. You can't go after me. God, they did so much damage to me already. Teammates doing a good job. But looks like the friendly fighters are not continuing the pursuit. Enemy fast boats, torpedo boats, are incoming, and we gotta be careful. Can we hit the shot? Oh, we got one. Get him again. Oh. Enemy torpedo bombers are incoming. Teammates doing a good job. More torpedo bombs. A ton of Germans. They're making one last ditch at the edge of the British coast. We gotta take them out. Plus the torpedo. There is roughly 30 more aircraft we're gonna have to shoot down. So just keep that in mind. There is a hell of a lot, but the torpedo boats themselves, we've done a great job. We've already knocked out all the requirements for that. But here come torpedoes. They're going to hit the friendlies. This is just really cool. I really enjoyed the experience. God, look at all the torpedoes. Oh my God. So it looks like there needs to be an aura northern of the AI ball and southern of the AI ball in order to provide defense on the important flanks. So incoming on the north, I can't really provide as much on the south as I would like. I do have my AA range. Oh, pfft, look at this. These torpedo boats spawned right on top of the friendly, and it's good that I'm here. I think there's only one more friendly ship. Yeah, it looks like there's one more friendly ship in this area. I try to send my torpedoes. Probably shouldn't have to do that. Probably should have just used the guns. This is like shooting fish in a barrel. They're just so close. It's so easy to hit them. But look at how much lead you have to give them because they're just so small. And yeah, there's torpedoes everywhere. Everywhere. And oh God, I'm going to take it right on the nose. Survivability expert was a good take. You know, Chat was laughing at me. Oh, Notser, you're never gonna take damage. You see that little indicator just up front? It was like a circle. That means that a friendly ship was sunk and the soldiers need to be picked up from the water. As long as a friendly moves into the area, you can pick them up. But you also will notice that I've lost some of my transportation. By taking damage, they just die. There's nothing I can do. I think I had 500 and now I only have 250. But I can transport more. As you progress, it increases the amount you can transport. If you have to pick up someone who was left there in the water, died in the water. So we got one last ditch torpedo attack, it looks like. Doesn't look like it's going to be a big deal. Now, look at the objectives. I just want you to take a look at the objectives. We have to save 7,000 soldiers, and we are in the process of disembarking them. So it looks like we will probably reach the goal, which is good. And I should probably hurry up. Chat was like, Notser, hurry up. Why are you taking forever? I don't know what's coming. But we're going to drop off our soldiers. It looks like we will have at least 7 civilian ships that will survive. So we'll get that one too. But look at the shoot down bombers and torpedo bombers. We have shot down 79 of 80. Yes, that's the Heartbreak. We missed out. First time playing this on 5 stars by one single aircraft. And do you know which one it was? It was a dive bomber. It dropped its load relatively shallow in the ball of friendlies, and then it retreated as soon as it dropped its bombs. So we just maybe focus the torpedoes a little bit too much. We got to make sure we kill every... Look at that. Shoot down bombers. I miss out on 1 day premium. Not really a big deal. The commander is more important to me. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I succeeded. I think the Anthony is far superior to the Cyclone based on all the aircraft that are incoming. Yeah, look at this. And we were top on the team. We beat the friendly by 1. Good game, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing it. I hope you can have success and get that 5 star. Either way, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.